We are revolting.
Okay, so you've bought your ticket, read your brochure, and you've drunk some wine. You know now that over the past 5 years, the Edinburgh Charity Fashion Show has showcased some world-renowned designers, fed a lot of people dinner, and raised over 238 grand for charity, transcending the standards one might expect from a student-run organisation. So now what? With charities descending into financial crisis as everybody tightens their purse strings, this year we are revolting against tradition in order to show you why we have chosen to support the charities we have, where your donations will go, and who your money will affect. So we've put together a short film showing what happened when some of our models went to meet representatives from Motor Neurone Disease Scotland, Cavanoma Alliance UK, and Maggie's Cancer Care Centre, so that they could remember why, aside from the fashion, the buzz, and the social perks, they were taking part in ECFS 2009.
I'm Virginia Gray, and I'm here with Andy Anderson, the Centre Head of Maggie's Cancer Centre. Andy, tell us a little bit about Maggie's. We know it's a cancer centre, but what else? What else about Maggie's?
Maggie's is a cancer information and support resource for anybody affected by any type of cancer at any stage. The centre's here really to, first of all, translate medical language into real language that's understandable for the individual in their social, emotional, psychological context, but also then to provide ongoing support in terms of their adjustment to that diagnosis and how they and their family adjust to what that means.
Maggie's Edinburgh and these centres are just amazing places. Like they're just fantastic environments that people who have been affected by cancer, whether them personally with the disease or their relatives, can just go and have this peaceful, calming environment to talk to people in.
So all of the funds that can come from the event that you're having for us will go to support all elements of the programme that runs within Maggie's Centre. That will be supporting some specific groups, like the Young Persons group that takes around about £3,500 to £4,000 a year to run. It'll allow us to support the nutrition programme, which takes around about £6,000 a year to run, and the ongoing sustaining of all the courses and workshops that happen within Maggie's Edinburgh. It costs around about £350,000 a year for us to run Maggie's Edinburgh, which, although is a lot of money, in terms of the volume of people who come to the centre, it's a very good use of funds. There's around about 70 or 80 people a day come to Maggie's Edinburgh for support, and for us to be able to provide that within such a low budget, we feel is a huge achievement.
That's great.
My name's Ian McWhorter. I'm the fundraising manager for MND Scotland. MND Scotland is the only charity in Scotland which provides care, information and funding for research for people affected by motor neuron disease and their families. Motor neuron disease is a progressively disabling and ultimately fatal condition for which there's no cause and no cure. As the disease progresses, the signals from the brain which control movement no longer reach the muscles. What this means is that the muscles eventually waste and weaken and results in paralysis. The average life expectancy from diagnosis is pretty short. It's only about 14 months. And in that time, somebody's ability will deteriorate quite dramatically. So somebody who is outwardly very able-bodied, within a short space of time, can be pretty much confined to a wheelchair. Well, fundamental to the services we provide, we have a care team of 6 clinical specialists who operate out of the neurological centres based in Aberdeen, Dundee, Edinburgh and Glasgow. And they provide direct care to people with the condition in their own homes. Obviously, a diagnosis of MND is devastating, not only for the individual, but the family and the people closest to the person affected. So we provide a range of befriending and carer services. We also provide a counselling service, not only for people who are living with the condition and their families, but also ultimately bereavement counselling as well, which can be very important.
My name's Eliza. I was chairman of Edinburgh Charity Fashion Show last year, but 3 weeks before the show I had a big tonic-clonic seizure, actually after a meeting with Montpellier's sorting out the drinks, and ended up in hospital, was diagnosed with a Cavanoma, and was in hospital for a week at the Western General before the show. And the committee this year very kindly decided to support neurology at the Western General and Cavanoma Alliance UK, which is amazing.
I met Eliza Ellaby first of all, and my first contact with the Edinburgh Charity Fashion Show was about a year ago, whilst she was chairperson, and she actually came under my care after she suffered a brain hemorrhage from one of these abnormal tangles of blood vessels called a cavernous malformation. But about 1 in 700 people in the population has one of these abnormalities lurking in their brain without even knowing about it. The only UK support organisation for people with cavernous malformations is Cavanoma Alliance UK, run by a tremendously motivated and dedicated man, Ian Stewart, without whom the organisation would frankly not exist in the UK. And he has taken this organisation through its hand-to-mouth existence to now be producing the only information leaflets that are available for people with this condition in the UK. Hitherto, they had absolutely no information whatsoever, but Ian has found somebody to write the leaflets and other people to check them, and he's the man with the motivation to make it all happen. The only thing that we've been missing is the funding to publish these leaflets, produce them, and get them to the people who really need them.
How much importance do we have with the Edinburgh Charity Fashion Show? I think it will be an enormous help to us because we have about £10,000 in the bank, and that was the gift to us from Awards for All, the lottery people. With that, we specifically have to set up these care hubs in around the country and centres of excellence, of which Edinburgh is one. When that £10,000 is spent, it has to be spent by October. We have nothing in the bank. We have zero.
Aside from what I've been through, which in comparison has been easy, these people need support and information and help, and even a small amount of money can do so much to make these people feel not so alone and just give them all the support that they need and they deserve.
After that, there's not much to say apart from please remember why you're here. We've donated our time, now please donate your money.